what does it tell you about those children? We had Iggy there. Now, Iggy caved, and he ate the marshmallow. Oscar, he licked it, but he didn't actually eat it.
Licking is okay.
Licking is okay. So the little girl, there goes, they're just turmoil, absolutely turmoil in their faces. What does it tell us about them?
Well, kids who are able to do this when they're 4 or 5 are telling you something. They're telling you that they're able to have self-control and that they have already in their minds and in their brains ways of doing it. We saw them demonstrating to us how they do it. For example, that little girl who was rolling the marshmallows back and forth on the plate, it's terrific. She turned it into a game. She took something that, if she just kept staring at them, becomes unbearably difficult to resist, and turned it into something that made it a less effortful situation. The ones who distract themselves, who look away, who try to not look at the stuff, who try to hide their eyes. All of these are very useful strategies, and what we've done is a lot of experiments that are talked about in my book, the Marshmallow test, that are intended to really identify the specific strategies that people can use to improve their self-control,
well,
because it's not destiny.
You went through, because that test is okay, but how does that impact on their lives later? You went back when they were 20 and when they were 30, when they were 40. So how did that test, the results of that test, impact on the rest of their lives?
It certainly was linked to how their lives played out, in the sense that when they were adolescents, the kids who waited longer tended to have better test scores, to be doing better at school, to be better in their relationships with peers, so that both socially and cognitively they were starting to really thrive. When we went back again and looked at them when they were between 27 and 32, we again saw important differences in how well they were able to tolerate frustration, how well they were able to pursue their goals at work without becoming distracted or interrupting themselves, and so on, even with their body mass index, with how slender they were by the time they were 32. When we went back and looked at them at 45, the ones who had been consistently good at self-regulation, as opposed to the ones who had been consistently poor at it over the life course, had differences in how their brains were reacting when we looked at how they were dealing with attractive stimuli in the scanner.
It's utterly fascinating. It's all in here, and you can alter that behaviour.
You can teach self-restraint. I was just going to say to Iggy's mum, she doesn't have to worry about anything, because you can teach it. It can be taught.
You can teach it indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
fascinating.
It's really interesting.